this is Dormouse03, continuing my Max Payne 3 hardcore walkthrough, and this is chapter 10. So this chapter can be kind of tricky in spots, but this beginning bit isn't too bad. You just want to, take out these guys, stay in this spot, and take them out. So I'm going to be commenting on some of the strategies that I used to get through this part further along, but I wanted to take this opportunity during this beginning section that's sort of your standard taking cover and shooting, to say thanks to everyone who's watched my videos, commented, left me feedback, subscribed, liked, anything like that. Thanks to you guys. It's been nice to see that these have been useful, at least to some people. So, and I want to start, putting up some more various kinds of content on here. I mean, I like doing guides, I like doing walkthroughs, I enjoy kind of talking through strategy for games, but all of them don't require a super amount of strategy. So, in this part you just want to make sure that you take out those two guys really quickly because they will kill her fast. And I've put in some fades here just to denote that there were parts in this where I was just walking around picking up ammo or trimmed out a cutscene or something, and to make it less of a jarring transition there, I just put in the fades. Just to keep these videos at sort of a manageable length. Nobody needs advice on going to pick up ammo, so or to watch a cutscene. So that is my method there. And for this part right here, I did my best to get over into this little building as quickly as I could, because this section can be just really annoying because there are a lot of guys and there's not a lot of good cover outside. So I did the same thing for my old school walkthrough. Came to this area right here and I found that it works pretty well. You can blind fire guys through this door and do your thing, take them out. So yeah, as I was saying, thanks for the support and the feedback and anything that you can say or advice that you can give to make this more enjoyable, make these commentaries more enjoyable, content you'd like to see, games you'd like to see. I mean, I'm constrained a little bit because of time and ability to sort of purchase everything, but if there are things that you guys want to see, reviews, talks about stuff that's coming up, or just general discussion. If people have questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer those. I try to respond to, any sort of comments or questions that people leave on the videos and on my channel and in my messages. So, I try to do that as often and as quickly as I can, because I do appreciate that kind of thing. So, yeah, I guess just I appreciate it. Keep it coming. So here we go. We're almost done with this section. It seems to take forever because there are so many guys. But I do believe this is the last one. And then we'll get into another sort of interesting little area. So when you're coming down on this chain, you just want to make sure to try to hit guys a couple of times in the head and shoulders region, and take them. That will be sufficient to take them down. If you manage to get all of those guys, which isn't really super challenging to do, you'll get an achievement. But I missed that one guy in this run. So this spot right here can be kind of a pain, just because there are a lot of guys and they like to surround you, so you have to be pretty aware of where people are. And right there, you kind of saw a trick that you can do is, well, you can bring down buses and crush people, because that's pretty cool. But a trick that you can do if you do get taken into Last Stand is if you see guys that are close to the one that you're supposed to be shooting, you can shoot them first and then take out the guy who is shooting at you, and that will be effective in killing multiple dudes within that same sort of invulnerable last chance mode. And so that can be really helpful when you can pull that off. A lot of times the camera sort of pulls you toward the person that it wants you to shoot, and so it can be tricky to do that, especially when Max is doing this kind of thing right here where he's sort of flailing his gun around. And it just takes forever to try to kill the person that you were going for. And but when you can make that trick work for you, it can be pretty helpful. But yeah, that room right there, you just want to try to stay behind that little block and take out guys who are flanking you to the left and right. The guys on the right tend to throw grenades at you, and so you want to really take care of them, because they'll force you to move out of cover, like happened to me. Right here, you want to either shoot the guys, or I like to shoot the the piece of catwalk that they're on and have them fall to their deaths. And then just try to move into this bit of cover right here as quickly as you can, because those guys will come out and get in the cover, Max. Come on now. They will come out right after you kill those guys on the catwalk. So you want to be shoot dodging yourself over into a better piece of cover, any cover basically, because you are sort of out in the open, and not miss wildly like I just did. So that's that section done. Then you pick up ammo, go through some spots, pick up some painkillers, and now you get to this section right here. And this section I found to be less tricky as far as killing the guys, and more tricky in keeping them from killing Giovanna. So a lot of times if you try to stay upstairs and pick them off like I like to do, they will throw grenades up there, and the splash damage on those grenades are so wide that it kills her. So I tried shoot dodging down those stairs, and it worked pretty well, except getting caught by that guy at the end. So and I had a painkiller to burn, so it was okay. This spot right here, I would recommend sort of doing what I am doing right now and not rushing out into that room, because there are lots of guys in there, and they will surround you and pump you full of bullets really quickly. And the cover within that area isn't fantastic. It's a bunch of those little desks and things, and it's just not as protective as kind of staying back here on the stairs, where you have this nice wall protecting your left, and really you only have to deal with guys who run in front of you and run out to the right. So a lot of times they will, most of them will rush over there to the right. Sometimes you have to do what I did, sort of peek up and trigger them to do that. And Max can be finicky to control on these stairs, because he's really animation heavy, especially when he's doing anything like this, and so it can be hard to get your bearings, but once you get used to it, it's not anything too bad. And you just want to work your way around and kill these last few guys. And be warned that in this section, once you kill all the guys that are in this room, another one will come from up the stairs to my left. And I don't know if this guy, he didn't fall out of the He didn't fall out of the window, but sometimes he will, depending on where you hit him, I think, with your bullets. But once you clear out this room, straight in front of where I'm looking right now, there will be one more guy that comes out. There he is. Just don't get caught off guard by him, because you are almost through this section. And if you get killed at any point right now, you have to go all the way back and start from the stairs again. And it can be less graceful than the way I managed to kind of pull it off that time. So just be careful of that guy in the door, and then you are pretty much done with the challenging part of this level. The part where you're shooting this guy right now is nothing challenging at all. And then the part where you're on the bus right after this is basically just a fun little shooting gallery. So I had some difficulty with the section with the boat, just because I let them damage it a little bit too much in the beginning and set myself up to get screwed, progressively screwed, as the chapter progressed. But this part right here is really simple, because I don't know, I mean, the bus just takes a lot of damage, and you don't really have to even kill everybody in these sections because it just moves by so quickly. You obviously want to take out anybody that's throwing grenades, or, you know, like this guy shooting rockets, but it's nothing nothing super difficult right here. It's just kind of a fun little section that rewards you a little bit for getting through the chapter. Oh, and something else that I can mention right here while it's going through this part is that the painkillers that you amassed throughout the chapters, don't worry if you use them all to get to this point, because it will load you up with a set number for the final shootout at the end here. So don't worry if you used your last painkiller in that office area. It won't matter, because you start off with, I believe, 5 right here regardless, because I had 1 left at the end of that section, and now I have 5. So here we go. You want to make sure that you take out any of the grenades that they throw at you like that, which usually isn't too bad because it goes into bullet time. And then the rest of this, I mostly blind fire, especially at the beginning here into these cars, because the explosion damage from the cars can really help you clear out a lot of guys in this area. The only drawback to it is that the smoke makes it more difficult to see where people are, but as long as you're staying in cover, that shouldn't really matter. So stay in cover and blind fire to kill as many of these guys as you can, and then when their numbers start to be thinned a little bit, you can use your bullet time to take out some of the rest of them. So the only real issue here is that they can still hit you while you're blind firing, so sometimes it will put you down like it did just then. See, like right then, I mean, they just did a lot of damage with a couple of bullets to your, like, forearm or something that they can see while you're blind firing. So just be aware of that, but you have plenty of painkillers to be able to deal with those people. The only spot that you might run into is if you have one of those cases where you can't exactly see the person who was shooting at you before, because they can get into a spot sort of over there to the right, behind the cars, behind the bus, behind all that foliage where it makes it difficult to see where they are. And that may be the only bit of trouble that you encounter in this little area. But for the most part, it's pretty standard. Blind fire, bullet time, and you will be done with this section before you know it. So, again, thanks everybody for watching. If you have any comments or feedback that can make any suggestions to improve my content, I would greatly appreciate it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in Chapter 11.